Hi there everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Wednesday. In today's video, I am sharing with you probably one of my favorite cards I've ever done, maybe top two. And if you missed it on Monday, I mentioned that Friday I lost my grandmother, Saturday was the anniversary of my dad's passing. So I just haven't been in the creative mindset, but I still wanted to share content with you. I've been posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. And I'm doing that until Christmas Day. So in today's video, I am sharing with you a card I did last year that is one layer. So we have masking, I stenciled, there's a ton of stamping, and there's coloring. And I actually saved this card. I loved it so much. It's on display in my room. So I hope you love it too. So anyway, if you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing. We're inching closer to 14K. And once we get there, I'm going to share a huge giveaway as a way to say thanks to you guys. What else? You can follow me on Instagram. I'm at TheJollyFatElf. If you're interested in cards or card kits, I have links to my Etsy shop in the description box down below. I also have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. So yeah. All right. Oh yeah, and this is from last year, so anything I say about sales, etc., is probably not happening. So just disregard that. Okay, that's a lot of talky-talky. Let's head over to the craft table, and I will walk you through my favorite card from last year. It's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I have another card in my 2022 holiday card series. Before I get into that though, all of my love, thoughts, prayers, etc. for those of you who are in the path of Ian. So if you're somewhere in Florida or in the path of the hurricane, I hope you're staying safe. I hope there's minimal damage, and I hope that there's not a whole lot of disruption to your lives. So thoughts and prayers with you guys. I hope everything turns out okay. The next thing is my Etsy shop is open for business. I will have that linked in the description box down below. So yeah, and let's talk about the card. So in today's video, I made a one layer card. We're doing some masking. We're going to be doing some stenciling. We're going to do some Copic coloring. So we're going to be coloring with some Bic markers. This is the card we're making. Is this not the cutest dang thing you've ever seen in your life? This is one I'm considering scanning and making multiples of. So if you're someone who would be interested in this card, like multiples of it, just let me know in the comments. That would be interesting to hear what you have to say. So I combined two sets from CC Designs. It is Tiny Christmas and Gingerbread Lane, I believe. So without any more talking, let's head over to the craft table and I'll walk you through how I made this really fun, cute, colorful card. Friends, so I thought I would share with you the one I initially stamped. So this is craft paper, and I had it in my idea that I wanted to use craft paper and I wanted to color it with pencils, my Inkten pencils, and I didn't like it. I didn't care for the way it turned out. But I am going to share with you my initial idea how I stamped. So when you are making a one layer card, whatever you want to be in front, you want to stamp first and then you want to mask it. So I picked up the Eclipse masking paper off of Amazon, but you can also pick up some like removable sticker paper would work. And if you're someone who does digitals, you could use the removable sticker paper in your printer. But yeah, you need to stamp that first, and then whatever is going to go in the back will be stamped over that, and that way there's no kind of overlap. So normally I would fussy cut these out, but I had the coordinating dies, and I thought, ooh, I don't need to cut the entire thing out, just a side, so let me use the dies. So I did that, and then I went in and trimmed it down, and you can see that there, that I'm going to bring in the house. And I am going to go ahead and stamp that. So I am stamping this with the Pecan Hybrid ink from Stamp Anything. Speaking of Stamp Anything, if you missed it, I am now a full-time design team member for them. I'm so excited and just so I don't know. I never know what to say when stuff like this happens, but yeah. Oh, here's Kitty Cam. Roxy was desperate for loves that day. When is she not desperate for loves? Anywho, I post on their YouTube channel every Friday, and then I do their release previews. So I will have them linked in the description box down below. Be sure to check them out. I will be creating with something from them on this channel in just a week or so, so stay tuned. We haven't done kitty cam in a while, have we, mamas? Roxy? Hey. They don't want to see your face, mamas. They don't want to see your face, mamas. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hi. There you are. Hi. Hi. You mama's helper today? You gonna help me stamp and color today? Are you gonna help me stamp and color today? My goodness. So this is how it was looking on craft paper, and if you know me, you know it just isn't bright enough, number one, and number two, I don't have a huge set of the ink tints. I only have like the smallest set, so I didn't have enough colors for skin tone, etc. And I'm like, okay, I hate this card, but I love the concept. So I brought in some Copic friendly paper. I like the Hammermill 100-pound cardstock, and I am just completely restamping the card. So again, whatever you want in the front gets stamped first, then gets masked, and then whatever goes in the back. So if you weren't doing a background, you wouldn't need to mask this, but since I am going to be doing some backgrounds, I am going to go ahead and mask this. And then I decided I wanted to add some interest to the right hand side of the card. So I brought in my T-square ruler and a pencil, and I drew on the horizon line. So whatever is at the bottom of this house is what I'm considering the horizon line. And then I brought in some MFT Intense Black. Any kind of Copic friendly ink will work for this. And there you see my head and my bald head. And I am just stamping those lollipops along the way. And I had already done masks for these because you saw them on the last card. These were, I went ahead and cut out all the way because I'm going to be doing some background stenciling, etc. So a trick for me to you, if you don't have stencil but you have a die cut, make your own stencil. So this is actually from a cloud die, and I made this stencil eons ago and I still get use out of it. It's just an old piece. I think this was pumpkin pie or something from Stampin' Up, and I have just used it all the time. And this is Tumble Glass from Tim Holtz. I like the distressed oxide ink rather than the regular distressed ink if I want something that's very, very opaque. And opaque just means you can't see through it. Okay, so I am going to start coloring our little scene here, and I got started and I got halfway done. I was like, Misty, why didn't you scan it first? Because I was terrified I was going to make a mistake and this was going to end up like that nativity scene I did a few years ago. But luckily things worked out. So I am using my favorite red combo and my favorite green combo. So for reds, it's our 59, 46, and 35. For green, it's YG 09, 07, and 05. And that's basically the color palette. I know, Misty doing red and green. Who am I? Don't even know. She doesn't even go here. We don't even know who she is. So, yeah, I love this stamp set. Their art is the cutest. It really, really is. I really did struggle with knowing how to color the lollipops in behind though, because they're not like traditional lollipops. They remind me of the colorful ones that you can get at a candy store that you never finish, and then you end up just getting it all over your face and you hate your life for a little bit because you're so flippin' stinky. Yeah. Fun fact, My favorite Christmas candy that's not homemade is the nougat from Brock's. It's like they have peppermint nougat, and then like they've come out with one that's like a cinnamon. Those little kind of taffy things are just so good. That's probably one of my favorite Christmas candies that isn't homemade. If we're talking homemade, it has to be Divinity. I love Divinity. I love pecan balls. Those are real. I mean, I guess that's not really considered a candy, but delicious. I love them. So good. This time of year, I love a good pumpkin roll. I think Rob and I bought like 8 pumpkin rolls. Oh, I forgot Christmas tree cakes. Yeah. See, there's a lot of good stuff in this in the holiday season. I really, really enjoy. I don't know of any particular candy that I love at Halloween. We never had trick-or-treaters. We lived out in the middle of nowhere. No one was coming to our house trick-or-treat because I feel like they're going to Jason's house or whatever. But my grandmother liked those peanut butter that are in the orange and black packaging. And I like the little peanut butter sticks or whatever. But as far as like, I mean, if you're just giving out traditional candy, then there's really not anything that I love. Although I will say I used to love those Mickey Mouse suckers. Do you guys remember those that were like a heart? They were heart shaped for Valentine's, and then I think around this time of year they were just like the mouse ears. Loved those so much, so much. So yeah, I do enjoy suckers. My favorite are what are they called? Blow pops. Is that the one with the gum in the middle? I love blow pops. I love the Jolly Rancher ones. I am a more fruity candy kind of person. I'll eat chocolate. Like I love whatchamacallit. I love the new Paydays with chocolate on them. Oh my gosh. A Baby Ruth, the Snickers. Like I enjoy those, but if you put chocolate in front of me and you put like a sweet tart in front of me, I'd probably almost always go for the sweet tart. Just because I just love, and gummies are my favorite. Why am I just sitting here talking about candy? I will never know. So again, I'm sticking to that color palette, and the only way it varies is with the reindeer, who I will color a very kind of cool tone brown, and then the gingerbread house, which I will color a very warm tone, kind of reddy brown. And then the elf, her face and then her hair will be different than the red and the green. But for the most part, I stuck to the color palette. It's a lot of coloring. Sometimes I really enjoy these kind of cards where you just sit down and it's like, I mean, I love to color. I don't know if I've mentioned that on this channel, but when Rob and I first met, about a month into dating, I ended up in the hospital. Story of my life. And he came up to visit because he lived in Dallas and I was in Oklahoma City at the time. And he said, "What can I get you?" And I said, "I want a coloring book and some crayons." So he went and got me a coloring book and some crayons. And for the longest time, that it was how I kind of de-stressed. I would do that, or I'd play Tetris. I loved playing Tetris, or PGA golf on the Super Nintendo. I'm really dating myself right now, but you get what I mean. So I enjoy coloring, but I know not everyone does. So my very next video is going to be a video without any images whatsoever. It's all about a sentiment. So I know you guys will look forward to that. And it's also going to be a 1 stamp 3 ways. I really enjoy those types of videos. I mean, it's a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of work, but I love the finished product. So as I mentioned in the intro, I'm considering mass producing this one. So let me know if you're someone who would be interested. I will probably sell the original, but also sell the scans of it as well. They turned out, the ones with the gingerbread turned out so stinking cute. So yeah, so I'm going to stop rambling on. I'm going to turn on some music for you, let you just watch me color, and I'll come back to you once I am finished. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to share with you the Bic markers. So I have the fine line Bic markers. Fine line Sharpie would work as well. And I am actually going to use these to color the lollipops. So I'm just going to kind of trace the line with the color, and then I'm going to go back over it with a Copic. So here I'm just stamping some to practice, but a Copic marker is an alcohol marker. A Bic marker and a Sharpie marker, they're all alcohol markers, so they will blend together. And you can even blend it together. Like you could blend two Bic markers together. It doesn't have to be the same marker, because alcohol ink is literally pigment suspended in alcohol. And so if you've worked with pigment ink, you know that pigment ink sits on top of the paper, whereas dye ink does exactly what it says it does. It dyes the paper. It goes through to the core, but pigment ink sits on top. So when it has alcohol in it, it gives you a chance to move things around, blend things together. And I decided to go that route. I was really nervous about it, but I was like, you know what, we're just gonna do it. So I think it turned out pretty cute. You guys, again, will have to let me know. So now we'll turn on some music and I'll catch back up to you when we're done. true Misty fashion, I'm gonna mess up. I was using this marker to add some snow drifts. I thought I picked up the lightest marker and I didn't. I picked up the darkest marker. So that's why the sentiment ended up on that end. So this is a die from Kathleen Pooler. It's called the Essential Slimline Dies, I believe. I love this because it creates a scallop frame. Unfortunately, I didn't measure. So when I attached this, it was the exact same size. So you're going to see it in just a second. I recut it and now the back of this one is red. And that's because it didn't fit. But I cut it down. It fits. I really like how it turned out. I really, really like that die. I get so much. That's probably, when I do slimline cards, that's probably one of my most used dies. So this tape runner was pulling up the cardstock only in that one spot. I have no idea why. So weird. So I'm going to go ahead and get this adhered to a white card base. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring in a sentiment from that, one of those stamp sets, because I wanted to cover up that blue. So you technically could have left it, or I could have put another character there, or done something, but I decided to go ahead and just cover it up with the sentiment. So I am bringing in just an extra piece of this kind of I think this is lime wire from MFT. I'm going to be doing some heat embossing. So I have an embossing remover, static remover. Then I used Versamark ink, and now I'm bringing in a red glitter embossing powder. I believe this was Zig. And I think they were manufactured by American Crafts, and I don't think they're around anymore. So check out Wow Embossing Powder, etc. So since this has glitter on it, I went ahead and melted it, started on the back of it, so most of the glitter would be adhered. This is one of the ones where you kind of have to tilt it and really look at it to see if it's melted. But you can see just how shiny and glittery it is. It's so stinking pretty. So I brought in this scallop die from Lawn Fawn, and we're going to go ahead and cut that out. And once I've done that, I'm going to bring in some foam. This is just extra foam that I had on my desk. And then I'm going to go ahead and add that to that side. And it wouldn't be a Misty card and it wouldn't be a Christmas card without a little bit of shimmer, some sparkles. So I went ahead and brought my Nuvo pen in, and I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I hadn't let any of it out. So I'll go back in a minute and add some more. But I'm bringing in these embellishments from Stamp Anything, and they look like little gumdrops. So I just added 3. I didn't want a whole bunch. I'm going to take those off to scan, but I will put those on, like the finished cards will look exactly like this. So yeah, so I'm putting a little bit of Nuvo on Rudolph's nose to make sure it shines. And then you're going to see me again bring in the pen, the Nuvo pen again. I got a little bit on his eyeball. So yeah, but after I do that, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at TheJollyFatElf, and be sure to check me out over on Stamp Anything. I will leave them linked down below. And if you're interested in this card, check out the Etsy shop. All right, guys, I love your faces. I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are, and I will see you Friday for another video. Bye for now.